Hello, namaskar, namaskara, namaskaram, namaskar. My name is Pooja Dwivedi. Welcome to my class. India has recently registered diplomatic protest against the persecution of Sikhs in Pakistan. The roadmap that we are going to take is a mixture of contemporary times and historical times. The specific case of Pashtun Sikhs is also discussed in detail. What is the news? The news is Pakistan's High Commission is in New Delhi. From there, India summoned a senior diplomat and registered the diplomatic protest with him. India also called for a sincere investigation in the recent killing of Sikhs and present a report, and also apprise India about what they are doing to keep Sikhs safe in Pakistan. Before we go into the depth, I would like to inform you about 3 different courses that we have launched, but the management remains the same. The Prelims to interview batch is available in Hindi, English and English. For those of you who want a complete Hindi or English batch, you can take admission in either Hindi or English, and those of you who like a hybrid batch, we have the English batch. Everything is covered here, from current affairs module to study material, mains test series, prelims test series, and a mains residential program for those students who qualify prelims 2024 and have been enrolled in our batch. Everything is covered, so do not need to worry about any out-of-pocket expense once you take admission here. We work on affordability as well. If you want to take admission, do it as soon as possible because we are closing our admission on 30th of June and you have to use the code PDLive to get a discount. You will get it for 29,999 only. Let's move forward and talk about the recent attacks that have been increasing, and this is a targeted killing of the Sikhs. On March 31st, a 35-year-old Sikh shopkeeper, he was killed in the outskirts of Peshawar by unknown assailants. In April, a 50-year-old Sikh man was on a morning walk in Lahore's Nawab town when he was shot by two gunmen on a motorcycle. Another Sikh shopkeeper was also shot down by unknown men in Peshawar, June 25. Another 2 Sikh men were also shot down on 26th of June, and of late we are seeing targeted killings on the rise. If we talk about Sikhs in Pakistan, they call Punjab to be their home. But we also find Sikhs in minority in Balochistan, Sindh and Khyber Pakhtunkhwa. So here are if we talk about districts, apart from Punjab, Balochistan, Sindh and Khyber Pakhtunkhwa, here Sikhs are found in minority. It has been time and again flagged that they are underrepresented and they have not been counted appropriately in Pakistan because they are a minority there. Whenever a state deprives the community of their actual figures, it does never reflect in the policy. And this is the biggest reason we can say that these minorities, whether be it Sikhs, Hindus, Christians, Jains, Ahmadiyya Muslims, they were at the receiving end of all sorts of violence in Pakistan. There is a population of 20.77 crore in Pakistan, and the data on minority populations such as Hindus, Sikhs, Christians and others were not disclosed in 2017. Also, the minority group made up 3.72% if we go by the 1998 census. Also, there is no separate data that was provided for the Sikh community if we talk about the 1998 census. Now, if we talk about the Pashtun Sikhs, these are very different from the general Sikhs. Pashtun Sikhs, unlike Indian and Pakistani Sikhs, they go back to their origin, which is in the Pashto area of Afghanistan, when the entire region was the part of Afghanistan. This Pashto region we are talking about is the Khyber Pakhtunkhwa province, which I have already shown you on the map. And the credit to integrate these Sikhs into the Punjab kingdom of Maharaja Ranjit Singh goes back to Hari Singh Nalwa. In 1834, Hari Singh Nalwa was the one who integrated and annexed Peshawar from the Afghan rulers, made it a part of the undivided Punjab. I'm talking about times when colonial kingdom was there in India. Now, during the colonial times, Peshawar, when it was integrated by the general of Maharaja Ranjit Singh, Peshawar and other northwestern districts of Punjab, it was the northwest frontier province during the colonial times. After independence, what happens? That this region was given to Pakistan. This now is a part of Pakistan. But we find Pashtun Sikhs in Kurram, Khyber and Orakzai region of between Pakistan and Afghanistan in the erstwhile federally administered tribal area in these areas. Okay, and this is Peshawar. And this is Pakistan illegally occupied Kashmir. This is not the map of India. This is not showing the map of Indian narrative. Okay, and Peshawar, Lahore, Nankana Sahib are the other regions where we find Sikhs, specifically Pashtun Sikhs in minority. They are not very well versed in the Punjabi language and they mainly speak Pashto, Hindko and Urdu. Yet they are able to read the Gurbani, which is the teachings of the Guru, written in Sri Guru Granth Sahib, and they follow Guru Nanak Dev. Sadly, there are just about 15,000 to 20,000 Sikhs which have been estimated in Pakistan. And this is not the official, this is the unofficial data that has been provided by the Sikh community chief of Pakistan. And some 500 Sikhs households are there in Peshawar. Around 4,500 Pashtun Sikhs are left in Peshawar. Household is different and number is different, remember that. Most of them are also found in Kurram, Khyber and Orakzai, which I have already told you. Now, Sikhism in India, Pakistan and Afghanistan was integrated during the times of Master Guru Nanak Dev when he travelled and spread the message of peace and harmony in these regions. Now, Peshawar and other Pashtun areas, of course, it was a part of Afghanistan back then, but it was later on integrated by whom? By the Maharaja Ranjit Singh's general, Hari Singh Nalwa. And Pashtun Sikhs, they credit Hari Singh Nalwa only as somebody who integrated them with the main Punjab land, okay? And local community still credits him only. Currently, there are two main Gurudwaras which are operational in the Peshawar city. Gurudwara Bhai Jogan Singh and Gurudwara Biba Singh. Now, these were also abandoned during the times of partition, but later on they became operational. What happens is when partition occurs, when the plan of partition was already known to almost everyone in the country, the Sikhs also started to feel insecure. There are certain reasons why they felt insecure. They wanted their own state in the Punjab region when Pakistan was being created because they were vastly underrepresented in the Indian politics. There were only 2 Sikhs in the Legislative Assembly. When proper representation is not done, marginalization can occur, and that is why they were insecure about it. So, what happens is during the time of partition, it was called out by an important chief of Sikhs that we should be united with Congress in order to get freedom from the colonial rule. And they were also credited to be the first religious group in India to welcome a national government based on meritorious achievements and rather than any other achievements such as religious or casteism. So this was a big achievement for the Sikhs as a community. Now, Gyani Kartar Singh was not happy with this. He called for a separate state called Azad Punjab, which could consist of Ambala, Jalandhar, Lahore, Multan and Layalpur division. See, Lahore will always be at the core of any Punjabi movement, any Sikh movement. Why? Because during the times of Maharaja Ranjit Singh, it was the headquarters. Now, what happens is that Pakistan was definitely about to be carved out from India. That was known to everybody. And that created a lot of stir in the Sikh community because, very importantly, Master Tara Singh said if Pakistan is created, then Sikhs will be at the mercy of Pakistanis and this was not sitting well with him. So in 1944, he led the Sikhs in declaring their own independent state. What happens after then is very interesting. When he called out for a separate Sikh land, Muhammad Ali Jinnah wasn't happy with it. He saw Master Tara Singh as a hurdle. So he met with Tara Singh several times, although his attitude towards the Sikh community was not amicable. He chided Master Tara Singh as well and the Sikh community for having an agreement with the Congress. Even the Viceroy of India back then, Lord Wavell, he said that why shouldn't we actually have a roundtable Congress and talk about the plans of a Sikh land? But Muhammad Ali Jinnah wasn't happy with this because majority of the area would go to a Sikh land. Pakistan wouldn't have been the same as it is today. For what after that happened is that Master Tara Singh said, okay, we might get a land for the Sikhs at a later period of time. It is said that Pandit Jawaharlal Nehru came into an agreement with Master Tara Singh so that he can get a political support, or the Congress could get a political support for a unified India. And that happened as well. See, for most Sikhs, India after that seemed like a better choice, even if it meant starting from the scratch, leaving their ancestral homes behind. So many Sikhs, although they chose to stay in India, chose to migrate to India, but some chose to stay in Pakistan. Why? Because they were concerned about their Gurudwaras, who would take care of the Gurudwaras. So November 1st, 1966 was the day when the promise of a Sikh land was fulfilled and Punjab was created. Before 1966, Sikhs constituted just over 33% of Punjab. After 1966, it became more than 66%. Now, most Sikhs in Peshawar, they are financially weak. I'm talking about Pakistan now in the current times. And they do not have enough money to migrate to other regions. They are not in any sort of collision or any sort of enmity with the local Muslims. It's the extremists who are targeting them. They are living very amicably. But a time comes when it feels enough is enough, and this is the time. And that is why India has launched this protest with Pakistan. Now, in the latest report, that is the current report, the newest report when it comes to having, assessed a freedom of religion or belief in 2021-22. It was said that forced conversion, particularly of Hindus in Sindh province, where they are majority found in Sindh province, the Hindus, desecration of places of worship and religious minorities and marginalization of Ahmadiyya community has remained worryingly high between July 2021 and June 2022. In 2021 alone, at least 60 cases of forced conversion happened. Hindu girls were abducted, made to marry men who were twice their age, and that caused forced conversion. It was registered. This is not what I am saying, this is what this report is saying. Okay. Also, Ahmadiyya Muslims are at the mercy of most of the hate speech of Pakistan. Hindus account nearly 2.1% of Pakistan's 207 million population. A large number of blasphemy cases were registered against minorities. And the religious laws are being used to marginalize the minorities more so. This has also been flagged. 53% of online hate speech is against Ahmadiyya Muslims. So the situation of minorities, all minorities in Pakistan, is not very well. So what has India done in order to make sure that if persecuted minorities want to come to India, they have a home? This is the Citizenship Amendment Act of 2019, which was called discriminatory. The major crux or the major concept behind this was to give home to persecuted minorities. Majorities are not persecuted in their own country. That never happens in any country. It's the minorities who are persecuted, specifically in the countries of Pakistan, Bangladesh, and Afghanistan. So, minorities such as Hindus, Sikhs, Buddhists, Jains, Parsis, and Christians in those countries can apply for citizenship if they have arrived before December 31st, 2014. This was the basic concept. Okay, moving on. What has the Human Rights Commission of Pakistan said? Human Rights Commission, National Human Rights Commission of Pakistan has made certain recommendations in order to ensure that minorities are not marginalized further. First, representative and autonomous statutory National Commission for Minorities should be made so that policy making becomes easier, data managing becomes easier. When we do not know how many or what many minorities exist in our country, how can we formulate policies for them? Also, those set of syllabus or books which are there in the curriculum that give a narrative why the minorities should remain marginalized should be removed, and we have to, Pakistan as in they have to enforce a standardized national curriculum for the same. Re-evaluation of quotas should happen for religious minorities so their representation can take place in employment and education. Also, there are many ads that are published in the newspapers that only non-Muslims should be called for sanitation purposes. That should also be removed. So all this has to be done for the betterment of minorities in Pakistan. And if you want the PDF of this class, you can contact me on my Telegram channel. Join my Telegram channel, Pooja Dwivedi StudyIQ UPSC. And if you want to ask any question with respect to UPSC, you can contact me on my Instagram channel as well. Thank you.